If you've been searching for a brand new construction apartment in North Mérida, inside Merida proper, close to the Harbor Mall, the conveniences of Centro, all those luxury lifestyle elements of North Mérida living, close cafes within walking distance, etc., well, today we're going to show you what might be one of the most exciting investment opportunities that we've seen all year.
Yeah, guys, and this beautiful boutique apartments project is very close from the best hospitals in Merida, restaurants, and universities.
You know what that means. People want to be there, close to their work, and they might rent your unit. Anyways, let's not further delay. Let's dig in.
Hello guys, it's Meghan Noe, Mérida Mexico Bilingual Realtors, and we're broadcasting once again from Meghan Noe headquarters, our real estate office, guys. Lots of clients have been visiting us here, and it has been an amazing experience. You can be one of them, guys.
Yes, if you're coming down to Merida to check out properties, we've established what you're looking for, or if you're already a client, well, make sure to give us a call next time you're in town, and we'll sit down here in the office and show you what we have built.
Guys, please contact us here in this, scanning this QR code, or here is our main information. It's very easy to contact us. We answer directly, so just please reach out and let's start your journey into Merida real estate.
For those of you who are new to the channel, you may not be familiar, we are bilingual real estate professionals certified down here in Mérida, Mexico, and we assist foreign buyers in navigating the Yucatecan real estate market as simply and painlessly as possible. Okay, so today, let's dive in. We are talking about EME21. This is a boutique 21 unit, as the name may suggest, apartment building with common area amenities in the beautiful and sought-out neighborhood of Montes de Amé, located in North Mérida.
Guys, this area, and look at this map, is so established, so close from everything. Everything is beautiful around the area. You know, is this north neighborhood where peaceful life happens, but also modernity keeps being part of daily life in there. From this area, you can even see the highest skyscraper in the Yucatan Peninsula, guys.
But yes, Montes de Amé is a fully consolidated residential neighborhood that has a nice influx of commercial conveniences to offer its residents these days. In recent years, there's hardly any land left in Montes de Amé, and so what we're seeing now is this development pushing towards multi-family units, and EME21 is a beautiful example of this.
And by the end of this video, guys, we'll find out if this is one of the smartest options for investing in Mérida, Mexico, guys.
For you. We need to determine if it's for you, because we already know that it's a great investment for the right people looking for specific things. However, are you in that zone? We don't know. Let's find out. So the question is, who is this project for? Who is the perfect buyer of EME21?
This development is ideal if you're looking for your first property in Merida, guys. Buying a vacation home.
Planning for your retirement in Merida.
Wanting a lock and live apartment.
Looking for a long-term rental income.
Investing before completion. So if that's you, keep watching.
If not, well, check out the rest of the videos on the channel, because there's a lot of investment options down here. Opportunities in Centro, opportunities at the beach, different types of properties in Yucatan, and maybe they're more suited to what you're after. However, for those of you that you're saying, yeah, this makes a lot of sense, this zone of modern conveniences meets beautiful boutique development, keep watching.
Okay guys, why Montes de Amé neighborhood? Why? And take a look at this map, guys. Montes de Amé is inside Periférico, which is the ring-shaped highway. Also, it's a very quiet neighborhood, close to big box stores such as Costco, Harbor, Galerías Mall, City Center, Hospital El Faro, Home Depot, a bunch of universities such as Universidad Marista, UVM, Sam's Club, Starbucks, you know what, and everything within minutes, guys.
Yeah, like I mentioned, Montes de Amé is a fully, let's call it consolidated instead of gentrified neighborhood, where all of the things that people always express wanting to have within a very quick distance, maybe even walking distance for your favorite coffee shop or brunch place, Montes de Amé can offer that. Whereas so many zones of Merida and Merida beyond in the suburbs, etc., you would more than likely need a vehicle to go about your daily activities in your daily life. Montes de Amé offers a nice, convenient location for so many daily activities.
Do you know why this matters, guys? People from Canada and the US, you don't want to be driving all around Merida for 40 minutes from point A to point B to point C. I mean, this is still a relatively small city, but you want just the easy life to have your daily needs by walk from your beautiful boutique apartment, right? So that's how it works in here. So this location solves that.
So it's not only convenient for you as the owner, if you're going to be using that apartment yourself, but it also highlights why Montes de Amé is a sought-after zone for renters. So this makes perfect sense for those looking to invest in a property. Maybe you're planning for retirement in 5-10 years. This gets your foot into the Merida market, so you can start reaping the rewards of return on investment year over year here. And you can also benefit from that long-term rental income. Employees of the hospitals, of the universities, university students, they're all looking for accommodation in these zones because they're close in proximity to their work or their studies, and also all those lovely elements that we just outlined that make life convenient. Okay, so let's talk about what exactly is included in MA21 and what makes this such a desirable property to own. Well, first and foremost, there's only 21 units. It's a nice controlled size, and they're reaping the benefits of a really nicely sized and allocated lot. The spaces in this apartment are very ample, very well designed, very modern Merida style, and you know that's very appealing to a lot of people, once again, owners and renters alike. And we also have a number of amenities in the property. Not fancy waste of money amenities, but an elevator. You would be surprised how many buildings here in Merida will be 3 or 4 stories and they don't include an elevator. MA21 does. We have covered parking. This is so important when you live in such a hot climate. At least having that shade over your car can stop you from scalding your butt when you get into your car. We have a shared pool area. So nice for on those hot days when you have a day off, you get to take advantage of the patio area and just lay out and chill. And my favorite is the ground floor units because they have their own outdoor spaces which are private. You can have a lush little garden and a little oasis of your own in the heart of the city.
So yeah, guys, one of the most important things of this project, and many others we promote down here, is control access, you know, because while you're gone, there's a staff assisting on keeping an eye on the property, also assisting tenants when, you know, there's a lot of guys that they like these apartments to be run as an Airbnb, and yeah, so it's great and gives a lot of peace of mind.
Yeah, it's just another set of eyes and ears on your property when you're not there. That doesn't exist when you buy a standalone home, whether that be at the beach or in Central. The house is your responsibility fully, and you would obviously need to be paying a property manager to keep an eye on everything. This way, you're inside a building, you're inside a boutique community, and people are going to see if there's a problem happening at the apartment.
So, like we were mentioning, this place is located in a wide residential street. There's no massive towers. There's no hundreds of units around you. Everything is so exclusive. It's built for private lifestyle.
Mm-hmm. You know, there's nothing wrong with buildings where there's hundreds of apartments, of course, but 21, it's only 20 neighbors. So that's a very attractive proposition when you're looking for a quieter, more controlled environment and when you can really know your neighbors.
Okay, guys, so now we want to explain the amenities of this beautiful boutique apartments project. And look at these pictures. This place will have an amazing pool, a beautiful terrace. Look at it, co-working spaces, meeting room.
Wine room?
Wine room, wow. It's the first time we hear about wine room. We love wine. We really love it. Megan likes white and I like red. So I can see a lot of both colors in that
I hope
room.
that's temperature controlled storage that they're talking about, because you know what? That's something that I always wish for here. Good?
It's a good one. And also the place has barbecue areas. It's a good pairing, beef and red wine.
As we mentioned, there's going to be an elevator, there's going to be covered parking, there's going to be a security checkpoint and controlled access.
Yeah, there's going to be a lobby with controlling the access we mentioned before, and also there's going to be a trash chute. You know, these systems where you open just a lid and throw your garbage. So everything is modern, everything is easy. So
what I love about this is these are all practical amenities that will be used on a regular basis. These aren't just flashy extras for the sake of saying we have 72 amenities. No, we have, I don't know, 15, and they're all really good. So that's something that I personally look for in an investment property.
Okay guys, and why we don't take a look now on how actually the apartments looks like, and look at these pictures, guys.
It's worth mentioning that MA21 is already fully under construction and a good portion of the units have already been sold. That said, we're not in the live construction site today, so we're going to be looking at renderings, but when you want to come down here and take a look at where they're at in construction, let's go together and take a look at the site.
And we're going to release a new video soon about how the construction is going, so for the ones that can't come here.
It's trucking along. They're building regardless of the number of sales, and that's another very important factor when you're considering which developer you would like to go with. What you want is a developer that already has their financing in place, and they don't need your money to build that project. They're already well into construction. So another check mark here on MA21. Okay, so let's take a quick look here at the finishings that have been chosen. We're going with a European window style here. Love that. Love when they are giving the black accent around the window frames. It's a nice modern touch that all developers should be leaning into as far as I'm concerned. Down here, we have those granite countertops throughout, marble bathroom countertops. We have custom cabinetry, which is included in the pricing, which is not always the case down here. We've talked about this before, and how oftentimes it looks like you're getting such a great deal on a property, and then when you check the inclusion list and the cost that it's going to be additionally to add all your custom carpentry and whatever else isn't included there, well, surprise, the price is substantially higher. In this case, the carpentry is there for you, and we have a nice long inclusion list to go through with you when you're reviewing your contract, so you can see that basically what you're paying for is going to be an almost ready to roll apartment. We'll look at those few items that aren't necessarily there included. For example, in Mexico, usually new construction is not sold with the appliances. Surprise for Canadian and American buyers, but that's how it is. Anyway, so we go back to here. We have large porcelain floor tiles. That's easy peasy maintenance and easy for cleaning. Lots of natural light throughout these. As I mentioned, on the ground floor, you have your own little garden area that is your private oasis, and on the upper floors, you have a terrace. These are well-designed layouts for everyday living and having a good flow of energy and lifestyle throughout your apartment.
I already fell in love with them, guys. So let's talk now about the models, guys. There are multiple layouts here. So I will start with the one that has only one bedroom. And look, so this is perfect for single professionals, digital nomads, long-term rentals, and this model is around 51 to 57 square meters. Square footage is here as well. Now we can talk about the two-bedroom one, which is ideal for retirees, small families, snowbirds, high rental demand, and these guys are bigger. They are approximately 84 to 85 square meters with 2.5 bathrooms. Okay, guys? Let's get to the best part.
What's the best part?
The best part is the pricing.
Ooh. No, I think better than the pricing is the payment schedule and how they do the financing on this. Okay, yeah, you're not wrong. The pricing is the best part. I just did the conversion to USD, and these are a steal of a deal if you ask me. Okay, so the starting price on the one-bedroom units obviously is 2.49 million pesos. What's that in USD, you ask? Somewhere around 143,000 USD. That is a beautiful apartment at a very beautiful price. Now the two bedrooms, as Noe mentioned, they are substantially larger units and quite a bit more living space there, but we're still talking about 250,000 USD only. That's an amazing deal. Once you understand how desirable this neighborhood is and what the lifestyle is in this zone, that is a very nice entry price for your first property here in Merida.
So guys, the payment structure is very attractive here, because you only have to pay 10% down payment. That's all. That's how you start with this purchase, and then there's another 20% divided
into small increments throughout the course of the build. Now this project is set to be delivered in June 2027, so essentially 1 year from now, and you're going to still have 70% of the price of this unit in your pocket until the closing date. Again, this is what you look for in a developer and a development. They don't need your funds to make this building happen. The onus is completely on the developer to get the property done and be delivered to you until they get made. And by the way, 0% interest rate on all of this time in which you're sitting on those funds. That means if you have that money sitting somewhere else in an investment, you can be making interest rates on that yourself because you're not paying interest to the developer while you're financially working through this agenda.
So guys, is this a good investment? Obviously, yes, because
that's an easy yes.
It's a very easy yes. We've found a lot of success selling the other project, namely Benza, which was just an amazing thing. We actually invested in that one, and now we are actually thinking of investing in this one. The only difference is the neighborhood, right? So this neighborhood is more for people that like to hang out in the north of the city. If you want to know more about Merida's layout, please click here in this playlist, because we have a video that talks about all Merida neighborhoods for all you guys, all the expats that just want to explore a little bit more about this beautiful city without coming here, or just to learn something first before you book flights. So yeah, guys, this neighborhood is unbeatable. For the ones that love modernity, easy life.
We don't want to say luxury, but there is a little bit of luxury in the Montes de Amé neighborhood. It is a more affluent area of town, as is much of North Mérida, and it has those sort of, bougie conveniences that a lot of people look for when they're making a purchase of a home.
Westernized. Western,
whatever you want to call it.
Westernized.
Bougie, fresa, westernized, gentrified, however you want to say it. Those modern conveniences that people like, their matcha lattes, their acai bowls, whatever you're after, it's there in the Montes de Amé zone, and you can live a pretty comfortable, nice life there.
Yeah, guys, it's a different vibe. It's a great one. It's just for another taste. So yeah, it's the
And imagine owning a beautiful apartment for $143,000 in a fresa zone. For those not familiar with fresa, well, it means bougie in Spanish.
So this is a very good alternative, guys, for living full-time, for just you're a snowbird, or if you want a full-time Airbnb working for you. There's no more land left in that area. The capital gains on that in this project is very good. Okay, guys, who should not buy here? People interested in central, people interested in beach area properties, that stuff that is completely different. This is the modern boutique north area. So
it's a short list of people that this doesn't make sense for, but if you're seeking a colonial rental property in central, yeah, this isn't it, obviously. But you might want to consider your plan of running a rental in central. It's a pretty saturated market at this point, whereas the north is being more and more sought out. As we discussed, there are rental pools such as university staff, university students, hospital staff, people that need to be in Merida for medical procedures, etc., who are seeking the north specifically, and Montes de Amé is at the top of their desired list. In fact, we received a rental inquiry just last week, specifically highlighting Montes de Amé by a professor who was going to be working at one of those universities. So that's a perfect example of somebody who would be interested in this rental property.
So guys, if you want convenience, strong long-term rental income, strong long-term rental potential,
strong ROI,
and one of the best connected neighborhoods all over Merida, this is the project, guys. EME21.
So if EME21 caught your eye, don't hesitate. Please drop us a line here on WhatsApp or send us an email, and let's set up a time to talk about your specific property goals and make sure the alignment is right here. Then let's book your unit before they're all gone. As you know, there's only 21 and they're about halfway sold from what I understand already, but there are some of those beautiful ground floor units left, so don't hesitate, reach out and let's chat.
Okay guys, so scan this QR code so we can talk more about your goal, your needs, and why not just sharing the availability and price list of this beautiful project, guys. And yeah, so it's a pleasure to show new stuff for you guys, because we always read all our subscribers' comments, and everyone is like, hey, we want to invest in good apartments in Merida, such as you did, guys. So thank you that we are some sort of inspiration for a lot of guys out there. But yeah, apartments in Merida are the thing right now. We know we have internal stats of this market, and it's just the easiest way to jump into Merida real estate for a first-time buyer, for an experienced buyer that wants the diversity.
Well, we had this conversation with some buyers who were in town, moving forward with the Lavenza unit last week as well, and yeah, it just doesn't necessarily make sense as a first step into real estate in Yucatan to invest in a piece of land where one day you'll build a 7 million peso home. That's a great long-term goal, but what is the reality of that? How much income are you going to put into one property, and how much are you going to bite off in your first bite? This way, you put a little toe in the water and get a taste of the returns you can see on a property that's in a perfect location, in a privileged spot in Merida, and that is done beautifully with the onus completely on the developer. So your investment is solid, it's safe, and you're protected as your first step into the real estate market. Because most likely, if you're an investor in Merida, it won't be your last. This will just be the beginning of a number of properties that you will call your own.
Okay guys, we are Meghan Noe, Mérida Mexico bilingual realtors, and we're just here to share valuable information so you can take an informed decision.
We are here to assist foreign buyers in navigating the Yucatan real estate market as simply and painlessly as possible, and to share all that we have learned over the last 6 years living and investing heavily here in this zone. So don't hesitate to reach out, guys. We look forward to hearing from you, and until next time, hasta luego.
See you soon, guys.